Hey guys, it's Specialty here and welcome to episode 23 of my Everton series Football Manager 2015. This is the mid-season review and we'll get straight into things right now. As you can see, we are sitting in 8th place at the moment, 1 point off 7th and 4 points off 6th and 5th. So again, we can't really compare or compete with the top 4 at the moment. And there is a reason for that. Before I get into the transfers, I'll show you why that reason is. Romelu Lukaku has picked up an injury. He's out for another 4 weeks, but he's been out for about I think it was 3 to 4 months his injury was, so it's quite a long-term one. And that's basically the reason. I can't recall Yong Hyuk either, so I'm kind of screwed as far as that goes. Okay, the two transfers that came in, obviously you knew about the Maxwell deal if you've watched some of the previous episodes, was a deal that I had set up with a Brazilian player that was under the age of 18, which means they can't actually leave the country to join another country under that age. So he finally came to the club as he turned 18. That was a 1.9 mil deal from Curitiba. The other player I brought in was another Brazilian, this guy on deadline day, Cassiano Elias. A very good attacking midfielder, I believe. He's got good potential. Again, he's 18 years old. Paid a little bit of money for him, but I believe he'll be massive competition for Nainggolan and Barkley once Barkley gets a bit older. Once he breaks past that age barrier that I don't really think is too good, the 29 plus range. That was a 5.5 mil transfer as well. I let a couple players go. We let Jagielka go. We let Kevin Morales go for 5 mil to Monaco. They were both deals that were set up to happen in the transfer window. They were set up previously. We then let go of Sebastian Gopar. It was a player I brought in a long time ago. Could never get a work permit for him. Still couldn't get one, and as you can see, he never really progressed at all. So sold him to Harkin for 600k. And finally, Mark Murray was loaned out to Cardiff, who I believe are in the Championship. No, they're in the Premier Division. Okay. So I loaned him out. He wasn't really getting any game time, and I don't want to stall his development. He is 20 years old, so his development's going to slow down unless he gets a bit of game time. So that was the transfer activity. We'll get into the We'll get into the fixtures now. Of course, the end of the previous episode was a live com against Manchester City. If I can find it, I'm quite blind. There it is. The massive 4-0 victory. Was very happy with that, as you can tell by the end of the episode. We followed that up with a 1-0 loss away to Blackburn, though. Pretty disappointing to follow that up with a loss to Blackburn. As you can see, we pretty much dominated them, but they got the goal. And we didn't, and they kept a clean sheet against us, which is horrible. Followed up with a 2-0 victory, though, against Sunderland, which was a nice little way to bounce back. It was at home, though, so I kind of expected it. Lukaku and Ramirez on the score sheet for us there. Followed that up with a boring 0-0 drub match draw in at Goodison against Moscow, in the Europa League, before we lost 4-0 to our Merseyside rivals. As you can see, Adam Layak got a hat-trick, and Kevin Campbell also got one. We only had one shot on target. Safe to say we got absolutely raped there. We then followed that up with another victory, though, a 2-0 victory against QPR at home. Nice to see a clean sheet. And Sean Sleeth getting a brace for himself. He's having a wonderful first season at the club. We then managed to beat Southampton, who are a very decent team these days. We beat them 4-3. And as you can see, Christian Ramirez got 4 goals for himself. Very, very impressive. Rulli scored an own goal. Mitrovic and El Nini getting on the score sheet for Southampton there. The next game was a 1-0 victory over the team in first and the current champions Chelsea. Very impressive result. Christian Ramirez on the score sheet once again. He's come up with a few decent goals, especially the 4 in the previous game. We then lost to Norwich 1-0. Really disappointing again. We seem to, if you look at the stats there, we absolutely battered them. They had one shot on target. They scored from the one goal. John Ruddy, 8.7 man of the match rating. Absolute jammy bullshit. We then had the FA Cup third round away to Newport County. As you can see, wasn't actually all that convincing. Ramirez opened the scoring. They got one back through Aaron, and Ramirez managed just to get the winner. We absolutely destroyed them, but they did get one goal from 2 shots on target. So, yeah. We followed that with a 3-1 loss, away to Villa. Delofu opened the scoring for us. Then Villa got a goal back through Grealish, and then Hellenius picked up a brace for them as well. So, really disappointing result that, actually. We could have broken into the top. We could have becoming 5th right now had we won that result. The next game was against Cardiff, a nice little 1-0 victory. Leighton Baines getting our only goal there, but as you can see, we absolutely destroyed them. Should have picked up a few more goals, but Josh Leland picking up man of the match with an 8.7 in the centre of defence for them. And the final game was the FA Cup 4th round, which was again another 1-0 result at home against Leicester. And as you can see, we absolutely destroyed them once again. Christian Ramirez on the score sheet there, and Sean Sleeth picking up man of the match. I assume he got an assist for Ramirez's goal. So that's basically it for this episode, guys. I will just quickly run you through the Asian Cup and how it went. It was a little bit disappointing, but I want to jump into the league table before we do that. As you can see, coming 8th, could be doing better. Lukaku comes back in 1 month, so he'll be around for the end of the season, probably the last 8 games or so. So that's good. It's kind of the only positive I can draw at the moment. I was thinking about buying a new striker just to strengthen while Lukaku's out, but I didn't really think that was viable. We've got Young Kyuk and Ramirez. I don't exactly want to bring in a 4th striker. I think that would be kind of a poor decision. Anyway, I have set up a deal to sign a very good regen, Lassina Koulibaly from Sharks Monteb. Centre back, as you can see, got him on a Bosman as well, which is pretty crazy. He's got good physicals. I know you can't see them there, but I have scouted him in the past. He's got very good physicals, determination's good, teamwork is very good, and he's got fairly decent technicals. And at 18, I definitely believe we can make that French regen something special. Another notable mention in the previous episode, I also gave Jack Machin his Everton debut. He's 18 years old now. He's looking kind of decent. I think he'll be our backup left back once Baines retires. I think Baines is 33 or 34 at the moment, which is, yeah, quite old. He's getting on. Howard's retiring as well. He's like 40 years old, which is insane. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the South Korea fixtures. I hope I don't lose this job, because I quite like playing as the South Korean manager, or the international management side of things. First result in the group stage, a 4-0 victory over Uzbekistan. Young Hyuk got a brace, Sungwoo and Jaechol also on the score sheet. We then destroyed the Maldives 3-0. Probably should have been more, to be honest. As you can see, we picked up a red card, so it's probably why. Young Hyuk, another goal for him. Kei and also on the score sheet as well. We then beat Saudi Arabia 5-2. We were probably the strongest, team in our group. Young Hyuk managed to get himself 4 goals. Yes, 4. Jaechol also on the score sheet, and a very impressive victory over Saudi Arabia. In the second round, which is the start of the knockouts, we beat Kuwait 4-0. Another impressive result this time. Dong Wook, the other striker, decided to give Young Hyuk a rest, and Dong Wook managed to pick up 4 goals for himself. And then really, really disappointingly, we actually lost to Iraq in the quarterfinals. It was 0-0, went to penalty shootouts, and we lost on our 5th penalty. Yeah, because they went first. As you can see by the stats, we fucking should have won this game so bad. And as you can see, the goalkeeper picked up an 8.4 man of the match performance. So yeah, we kind of got screwed there. Really disappointing. We probably should have beat them. Definitely should have beat them. And yeah, we kind of got screwed out of that. So I hope I don't lose the job because of that. That would be a really tough way to go out. And I've got a couple more friendlies against Oman and Vietnam coming up. So that's something to look forward to if I keep the job. We are into the first knockout round of the Europa League as well. We've got CSK and Moscow, which I think is going to be a tough fixture. They've got some good players. I'll try and run into their players quickly. And they got this guy Milanov, very good player. I'm familiar with him. They got Akinfeev still, who's probably one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Sianda Zulu, Shenikov, Gutierrez, Petrov is a very good left-back youngster, regen. I was going to try and sign him, but he's a bit too far out of my price range. Of course, they've got Kostas Manolis, who, of course, is a former player of mine. We sold him to them. Who else do they have? They have Zoran Tosic, another very good player. And yeah, it's about it. A couple of decent regens there I'll have to have a look at in a second. So yeah, we've got them in the next round. They've also got Balde, I just realised, who is a very good striker. So it's definitely going to be a difficult game. They've actually got Matthew Debuchy as well. Interesting. So yeah, that's going to wrap this episode up, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to drop a like, and I appreciate all your comments that you guys send me, so feel free to leave one as well. And I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Don't forget to check out my Orlando City series as well, where I'm trying to build a dynasty. Goodbye, guys.